Hello, class. This is chapter 2 of the organizational book. So, this chapter is called The IT Dilemma. So, with the introduction to chapter 2, we really talk a lot about the recent writing about how information technology has become increasingly significant component of corporate business strategy and organizational structure. Um, there are there is a significance to this and really how it takes shape. Basically, there are perceptions and realities regarding the importance of technology from organizational leaders, business managers, and core operations personnel. So, the isolation of IT professionals within their companies often prevents them from becoming active participants in the organization. And really, the technology personnel have been long criticized for their inability to function as a part of the business and are often seen as a group falling outside business cultural norms. They're frequently stereotyped as techies and segregated into areas of business where they become marginalized and isolated from the rest of the organization. So, the author reflects on the case studies, especially the one that was noted in chapter 1. And really, we start having conversations about organizations that wish to absorb its IT department into its core culture. And if they do this successfully, the company as a whole must be prepared to consider structural changes and seriously consider using organizational learning approaches. So, one of the key learnings from chapter 1 is this integration of various departments in order to be more successful within the organizational framework. So he gives some background about IT in this chapter. He also goes on to talk about IT in the organizational context. So, really, technology doesn't just play a significant role in the workplace operations, but it really continues to increase its relevance among other traditional components of business, such as operations, accounting, and marketing. Really, the increase in the level of relevance of IT is because of the impact IT bears on organizational structure, the role IT can assume in business strategy, the ways in which it can be evaluated, and the extent to which chief executives feel the need to manage operational knowledge and really manage IT effectively. The author then goes on to talk about how IT integrates with the organizational structure. And then additionally, has conversations about the role of IT in business strategy. This is one of the key areas of importance of the chapter. IT drives business strategy and has to really. There are you'll see in the chapter there are typical executive complaints about IT, and then there's also a strategic grid that's talked about in this chapter. There's also various ways of evaluating IT. And then there's the integration of executive knowledge and the management of IT. We talk a little bit about IT from a top-down perspective, and the author reviews critical issues facing IT based on a study that he conducted where he personally interviewed over 40 CEOs in various industries. It was actually quite interesting. He looked at the population of New York-based mid-sized corporations for the interview study. And so please make sure that you check that out. That's in table 2.1 and 2.2 and 2.3 this week. We then go on and have conversation about management and strategic issues, as well as measuring IT performance and activities. And then he gives the overall results from the study. He then goes on to define the IT dilemma in a general sense. So he talks about the study where, how IT was reporting, how IT was measured, and then the overall mission and how it was defined. So again, some additional great information this week. And then we finally end chapter 2 with recent developments in operational excellence. So what we did is in chapter 2, it really has it talks about another case study and from an interview perspective. But then in this last paragraph, the author really brings it back to how do we take all of this information and really ensure that we are thinking about it from an operational excellent perspective. And with that, please ensure that you're reading all the content this week. It's extremely important. And if you've got any questions, please let me know. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.